Palma. Oh,
man.
that's unfair, man. Palma, 7 points in the game.
To Del Puentes.
Delgado makes the shot and knocks it down. Malonia is open. 3-point.
My goodness! Isang jumper by Robin Celis.
Caballero has time.
He just posterized by
Two teams who won titles in the MPBL clash tonight here at the Orion Sports Complex as they seek to improve their positions in their respective divisions. We have the Season 3 champions, the Davao Occidental Tigers, coming off a very important win going up against the two-time defending champions, the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, na nagnanais makakuha ng pangatlong pampyonato dito sa liga. Is the Davao Occidental Tigers versus the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. Ken Pangilinan with Coach Mike Perez. Coach Mike, Davao Occidental desperado na makapasok sa play-in. Samantala, ang Pampanga gustong umiwa sa play-in. They want to get an outright seat towards the playoffs.
Oh, yan talaga ang plot para dito sa dalawang teams na to. Pampanga, para makaiwas at least sa play-in, kailangan the very least panalunin yung mga remaining games nila na tatlo because meron pang ibang mga teams na humahabol din doon sa pag-avoid sa play-in. Samantalang ito namang Davao really just trying to get at least into the play-in to make the playoffs.
And you're watching us live on the official MPBL YouTube channel and also on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And live din po tayo ngayon on pusop.com. Let's bring in our courtside reporter, Miss Andrea Indicio, na mabanggit ko lang na last time, or actually hindi naman last time, pero nung nandito siya dito sa Orion, si June Manzo, when he was playing for Davao Occidental Tigers, hit that Hail Mary shot. Pero iba ang kapalaran ng Davao heading into this matchup, Andrea.
That is right, Ken. Indeed, how could I forget about that historic moment? Well, malay natin, may makita ulit tayong ganun ngayong gabi mula sa ating dalawang koponan. At speaking of our two teams for tonight, para nga dito sa Davao, nabanggit sa akin ni Coach Arvin Bonleon na after their win against Cebu, na-boost nga daw ang kanilang moral. But the problem of being short-handed still remains. They may be at the fight for the play-in spot, pero sabi nga nila, it's a different kind of problem kapag dodose lang sila na lumalaban. Para naman sa side ng Pampanga, nabanggit sa akin ni Coach Pedic Di Matulak that he's been pushing the energy of his players. Kumbaga, nandun sila sa point na ginigising daw niya yung energy ng back-to-back champions. More of this later on, but for now, balik muna sa inyo.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. You know, different mindsets, but certainly the same mission para dito sa dalawang kupunan na ito. And well, when talking about the Davao Occidental Tigers, Coach Mike, Jeff Comia, isa kabilang dyan sa 12 manlalaro na patuloy na lumalaban para dito sa Tigers. And here, especially in the last 2 quarters, was able to produce. And talagang nahirapan ng Cebu na bantayan ito si Jeff Comia.
Davao was actually powered by that double-double performance of Jeff Comia and that win over the Cebu Grades. I mean, you look at the shooting percentage across all, napakaganda na shooting niya, including sa free throws where he shot 75%, 13 rebounds. What more, 23 points and 13 rebounds in that action for Jeff Comia, 13 of them coming in the second half, and really just very efficient basketball in the 35 minutes that he's played in that match against the Cebu Grades para dito kay Jeff Comia.
You alluded to the good shooting of Jeff Comia for Davao Occidental. It hasn't been the case for the majority of the season for Pampanga's John Lloyd Clemente. But boy, here in this ball game, well, nakita natin kung gaano kaganda yung naging performance niya. No? You saw Joseph Terso, maganda rin yung performance for Davao Occidental. But on the other side, John Lloyd Clemente, as mentioned, one of the players na I feel like is gonna play a key role in their championship chase this year.
Well, tsaka doon sa laban na yun against Parañaque, he really kept their offensive onslaught going in the second half, led of course by John Lloyd Clemente, and JLC pretty much in that game has showed, you know, that level of efficiency para dito sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. 66% from free, 87% from the field to go with his 6 rebounds and 5 assists, 32 points. Really good showing in only 15 minutes para dito kay JLC.
Alright, magsisimula na ang ating labanan between two former champions in the MPBL, the Davao Occidental Tigers going up against the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Let's go to Richard Tampos for our starting lineups.
Good evening and welcome to the second game. It's the Davao Occidental versus Pampanga. Live on Pusupi and YouTube channel. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Season 7 at the Kamalig Sports Complex, Barangay Pag-asa, Orion, Bataan. Here are the starters. Let's begin with the Season 3 champions, Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life. Forward number 32, Harold Arboleda. Also at forward number 29, Jeff Comia. At guard number 18, Joseph Terzo. To guard number 11, Joshua Tagala. Center number 6, Wawi Escosio. The head coach is Arvin Bonleon, assisted by Ronald Magdulis, Pancho Alfonso, Noy Bonleon, Anthony Burdett, Amboy Agonoy, and Peter Santamaria. Assistant team manager Glenn Medalla. Now for the reigning and back-to-back champions, Pampanga Giant Lanterns, AMG 3 Construction. At guard number 12, John Fa. Forward number 15, Renz Alcoriza. Coming in at center number 21, GP Faundo. Forward number 34, Sunny Estil. Starting at guard number 77, Renz Palma. They are led by Pedic Di Matulak. Team manager and team owner is Aurelio A.G. Gonzalez III. Coaching consultants, Alan Trinidad, Mervin Mercado, Georgie Jovicic. Assistant team managers, Ronald Nulud and Raymond Guevara.
Davao Occidental with a starting unit of Joseph Terzo, Josh Tagala, Wawi Escosio, Harold Arboleda, and Jeff Comia. Pampanga naman has John Fa and Renz Palma at the backcourt. Up front, GP Faundo, Renz Alcoriza, and Sonny Estil. Referees for this ball game are J.R. Francisco, Maynard Centeno, and Paul Francisco. Fourth referee is Karina Mortin. Davao Occidental in white, Pampanga in their blue threads. Tip ends up with Jeff Comia. He now takes the three off the mark. Rebound John Fa. Quickly to Renz Palma. Taking the three-point shot, Alcoriza Mintes Estil grabs the rebound, playing that 4 spot right now. And draws a foul. Interesting lineup para dito sa Pampanga, Coach Mike.
Yeah, and I'd like to defer back to the report of Andrea where she mentioned na talaga pinipilit niyang gisingin ang energy dito sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And you have Alcoriza right now starting in lieu of Archie Concepcion. But you see, still John Fa, Renz Palma, all energy players trying to bring up and amplify that energy situation para dito sa Giant Lanterns.
Making both free throws. Jeff Comia almost committing an inbound violation. Joseph Terzo hit that big three to tie the ball game up. Then hit the free throws to seal the deal in their last game para sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Here he is, catch and shoot. Puts it in, 2-all.
I like that little triangle action to entry. It was a triangle entry by Terzo, and then moving over to the weak side where when they pass that ball to the top, really sending it over to Wawi Escosio for that give and go action with Terzo, which he finished with that shot.
Floater by John Fa off the mark. Wawi Escosio grabs the rebound. He has really stepped up since Keith Agovida went down. Ito si Wawi Escocio, Coach Mike.
And I think that's imperative on Wawi Escocio. Alam naman natin the kind of versatility and the big man presence, let alone yung balance and control inside the paint for Keith Agovida every time that he plays for the Davao Tigers. But you also, kind of expect that from Wawi Escocio. He moves a lot without the ball now because of nag-trim down din yung frame nito ni Wawi.
Yeah. Former UV Green Lancer, Wawi Escocio. Coach Arvin Bonleon trying to keep the streak alive for Davao Occidental in terms of them making the playoffs.
We might see a little elevator action here on this sideline out of bounds for the Davao Tigers. Tagala might be the one popping out. Comia might go over to the ball side corner. At least that's how they're formed right now.
May lililinaw dito si Maynard Centeno sa ating referees. I think pinapatanggal lang yung warm-up jerseys nitong Davao, no?
Okay. Dun sa nasa bench.
Sa bench,
Yeah.
tama. Josh Tagala lines it up.
Nice.
It will roll out. Arboleda there to clean it up.
Yun ang talaga makukuha mo kay Harold Arboleda. He's pretty much a double-double guy. Not on the point side, but really more on rebounds and assists.
Napikan ng bola. Napunta kay Joseph Terzo ang bola. Jeff Comia. John Fa in front of him. Arboleda gives it up to Joseph Terzo. Entry pass to Jeff Comia. Escocio forcing the issue. Wild shot. And a foul will be whistled against Pampanga. It's going to go against Renz Palma.
I felt the Giant Lanterns did a good job of locking that right side of the floor and really just allowing left side entries for the Davao Tigers. And at that point, Wawi Escocio really just ran through a brick wall.
Jeff Comia inside. Early lead for the Tigers, 6-2.
Keeping it simple with that baseline out of bounds para sa Davao Tigers.
John Fa thought about that three.
I felt he should have taken that shot. He's got to have that in his in the dimension of the way he plays. Speaking of John Fa, because without a doubt, the guy's got a lot of good skill set downhill.
Parang yun yung kulang no?
Yeah.
Yung hindi naman sabihin natin lights out from beyond the arc, but a consistent jumper
Correct.
that he could rely on.
Correct. You gotta, I mean, not just for John Fa, but pretty much for most of the guards, no?
I mean, we've known Pampanga, especially since Balti Baltasar came in. The last 3 seasons, they aren't really known to be a strong three-point shooting team. But they are a very good rebounding team, and that's been a key to their success
Correct.
in seasons past.
And if I recall correctly, it's really the offensive rebounds and the second chance points that have really been mastered by the Giant Lanterns over that 2-year reign here in the MPBL. Well, of course, you're talking about Balti Baltasar, and you partner any big with him. Might be J-Mo Egulus, even Lervin Flores flourished under that partnership with Balti underneath. See a little bit of action inside. Guys trying to recover that ball.
Number 2 in the league in rebounding, itong Pampanga Giant Lanterns, just behind Abra. Although malaki din yung separation between Abra and Pampanga. I think parang +3, if I'm not mistaken, yung Abra in that department. Although you then can't discount the fact that Pampanga, despite fielding in almost a completely different lineup, they've stuck to their strengths. And as a result, they're on the cusp of having another playoff appearance. And this will be their 5th straight playoff appearance if they could secure a win and avoid the play-in.
But Abra's a different animal altogether. I mean, if you talk about ranks in terms of stats, they're all the way to number 14. That's their lowest rank, that being the three-point attempt. And, you know, that's a scary set of stats, if you ask me, on Abra. They lead pretty much in points, rebounds, blocks, and fast breaks. They're second best when it comes to defending, and they're second when it comes to field goal makes. And that really is a tough set that you go up against every time you go on a game against Abra. But Sunny is still has really willed his way inside the paint, and that's the energy that you get out of this giant lantern in Sunny is still.
Not giving up on the play and getting that three-point play opportunity to go. 10-all is our score.
And Sunny being drafted by, of course, the Ginebra team really puts, I guess, a lot of confidence in the heart of Sunny.
John Fa, nagmamadali. Dire-diretso for 2 points.
No doubt about it. Downhill, there's very few that can actually put a stop to John Fa, lalo na kung i-allow mo siya na couple of steps inside the paint. Si Sunny is, Wawi is cautious rather, hitting that three from the top.
Wayward pass leads to a turnover. Nice anticipation though by Fa, deflecting the pass, but still Comia able to recover and pass it on to Joseph Terzo for the deuce.
Now that to me is really more familiarity. I mean, the number of times that we've seen play alongside each other, Jeff Comia and Terzo, those two are just beautiful to watch in the open floor. Jeff already had a shot but saw his buddy in Joseph Terzo, undefended. You got to give it up to him, and Joseph makes sure he gets those 2 points.
Tig 10 puntos laban sa Cebu, si Joseph Terzo and Jancher Salubre forming a very solid backcourt rotation para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers.
Yeah, and Terzo, one might say na medyo struggle a bit in terms of field goal shooting. He did good though on the free throws, making a couple of his attempts. And pretty much Salubre doing a lot of the good conversions from the perimeter. He shot 83% from the perimeter because he missed a couple of three-point attempts. That lowered his percentage. But again, I feel Salubre is one of the most consistent Davao Tiger out there, alongside Wabi Scotia and Jeff Comia.
Chal Nermal short. Gets it back and puts it in.
When John Nermal is a guy na you hope would elevate his game come the playoffs.
Hindi pa seamless yung transition niya dito eh.
Somehow may mga nakikita kang adjustments pa on his end.
I mean, it's definitely clear, Coach Mike, na they're still trying to figure things out, and that could either be a good thing because there's still a large portion of their game that's left untapped, or we're this late already in the regular season that it might be just a little bit too late for them to figure things out.
Ako tingin ko si John Nermal will still be able to figure it out. Well, when you say late na, kasi ilan na lang yung natitirang laro nila dito sa regular season, napakahalaga na pagpasok mo sa playoff, yung version na ng John Nermal. And then, but Sedelf always says it's a different animal when you talk about the Bacoor version of John Nermal. But I still believe that John Nermal playing off ball is the best version of himself offensively. And if he does get that ball on the strong side, maybe a couple of dribbles to beat the defender will be enough. And once he goes multiple dribbles, doon na medyo nakaka-adjust na yung depensa sa kanya.
The pride of Kabakanlan Sitin, Negros Occidental. John Nermal.
And in the this is the 10th game of John Normal for the Giant Lanterns, where he started in 4 of them. And he's really ended up as the 3rd best scorer for them. And matter of fact, he's also 3rd best when it comes to blocks and steals. And so, much as you'd like to elevate that scoring part of John Normal, that hasn't stopped him from playing a lot of defense for the Giant Lanterns.
Comia.
Oh man.
I mean, his improvement in terms of shooting the ball from the outside has been tremendous to see here this season.
Oh, without a doubt, absolutely. 51% from the perimeter and shooting making almost a third of his attempts from 3. And make no mistake about it, down the lane, downhill, middle of the floor, as we saw Jeff do it. Parang si John pa, there's very little that you can do if you allow him that space and that speed and that pace downhill.
Nice defense there by Alan Beltran, forcing that Jamo Eguilos miss. Escobedo lost control, and that was because of a foul whistled against Pampanga. Fast break the game brought to you by Extreme X Pop, personal karaoke speaker, everyday karaoke.
Jeff's got handles, Jeff's got vision, Jeff's got strength to finish inside. And that's pretty much the threat that you're going to face against Jeff Comia as he gets down middle of the floor.
And let's check in with Miss Andrea Indicio.
Jeff Comia doubled his usual output in their previous game against Cebu. Biro niya sa akin, nakapag-lomi kasi ako dun dito sa Bataan, nag-fishball lang ako. But kidding aside, he knows the situation of his team right now with the absence of a lot of good players. Kailangan talagang mag-step up. In his words, hindi na dapat hanapin yung wala. Kailangan marunong ka din mag-take over. So since they became short-handed, he started doubling up his efforts. Tingnan na lang daw natin kung pareho ang epekto ng lomi sa fishball. Ganun, Coach Mike.
Tignan natin baka effective, pero seriously though, ito yung sitwasyon, Coach Mike, na you just have to accept the situation. They did not have a good start. They experienced some sort of a turmoil midway through the season. But now, there are things within your control, especially with the games remaining. And we've seen guys like Wawi Escocio, Joseph Terzo, and Jeff Comia step up and bring Davao Occidental closer to at least that play-in spot. And we check out this 3-point shot of the game brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
And there really is that flow right now to the Davao Tigers, especially when Coach Arvin and the rest of the guys really came back after that tough start of the season for them. They did have, at the start of their first 4 games, they were actually 2-2. It was a win-loss, win-loss. And those series of losses have really been something that woke up the Davao Tigers, and some changes midway have really allowed them to be better and right now to have a run, at least in the play-in.
Jamo Eguilos scores underneath. And a bonus free throw coming up.
Ito yun yung drive sa gitna. And Jamo Eguilos, sanay na sanay no nakakampi niya si Balti Baltasar to position himself on the offensive rebounds and to be able to get the putback. Ang nag-iisang gusto ko lang malaman, related dun sa report na yun ni Andrea about the Jeff Comia, saan niya binibili yung fishball dito sa Bataan?
Na-curious ka agad yun agad yung tumatak sa'yo
Oo nga Kakaiba ba yung fishball dito? Nice pass.
Mintis nga lang. Chris Talata goes up strong, and someone from Davao will be called with a foul.
Pampanga right now trailing by 3 with almost the entire first quarter getting played.
No, curiously though, patapos na yung first quarter, hindi pa natin nakikita si Larry Muyang, Archie Concepcion, John Lloyd Clemente, and Andre Armenion.
And those guys that you mentioned are seated on the left side of that bench, farthest away. And indeed, that is a curious situation. Normally, nakita mo, start na kagad dyan si Larry Muyang, even especially Archie Concepcion, who started really a lot of the games for the Giant Lanterns.
Binitbit ni Escobedo, kaya lang supply. Sa loob, Chris Lalata sends it to John Nermal. A minute and 30 left in the first quarter. Raymond Binuya drills in a free from the left corner at labang ng Pampanga.
That's one guy that they definitely need to perform. Well, Binuya has brought in that level of experience para dito sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Of course, alongside Archie Concepcion. You understand that last season they had Encho Serrano as well, but these Giant Lanterns have actually moved on from that, as you see that shot made by Escobedo, and they're trying to build around the other talents that they have right now for the defending champs.
Under a minute left in the first period. Inside the arc, Allen Mina short.
Look at Salubre.
Running start for Salubre. Kicks it out to a free Escobedo for free. It's good. Davao Occidental. Balik sa apat ang kanilang lamang. 28 seconds left. Binuya bounce pass to Lalata. Balik kayo Raymond
There you
Binuya. Another 3-point attempt. This time is a miss.
I strongly feel he takes that shot. Wow.
Naagaw ni Raymond Binuya
Wow.
from Janser Salubre. Nagsuklay pa.
Wow, how about that effort by Binuya?
Escobedo too strong on that 3-point attempt to close out the first quarter. Pretty much a very tight contest between these two squads. And certainly with what's at stake, I'm not surprised, Coach Mike.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, play-in implications. One team trying to avoid it, the other one trying to really get into it. But you'd like to think that this would be the second quarter would be a better recovery from both these teams, trying to pick up the energy and trying to do better than how they did in the first quarter.
First quarter complete. Davao Occidental with a 2-point lead over Pampanga, 26-24. This was Davao Occidental beating Cebu in a battle of two teams who are trying to catch the last two buses in the play-in round, Coach Mike.
Well, the percentage was almost the same between those two. Not really a good shooting night for Davao Tigers all throughout. Perimeter, 3 points, even the free throws, they only shot 67, 66% from there. But really what spelled the difference, in my opinion, would be the second chance points, as well as, you know, the offensive rebound, to which they got, well, a couple more offensive rebounds than that of the Cebu Greats. They do have to work, though, on help from the bench, because they really got outscored there 30 versus 16.
7 out of 22. Shooting from the field for Pampanga, 11 of 19 for Davao Occidental. Pero sa pagsisimula ng second quarter, nakapuntos si JLC.
Well, kung pag-uusapan natin yung field goal percentage that you just showed, you see here Larry Muyang, good flash down the middle, which is pretty much a basic big weak side post action for J-Mo Egulos with Larry Muyang on the low block. 57% shooting para dito sa Davao rather. It's really because of their assists. They have been sharing the ball so much better than that of the Giant Lanterns in the first quarter.
Sabay-sabay pumasok yung apat na manlalaro na usually playing heavy minutes for them. Larry Muyang, Andre Armenion, John Lloyd Clemente, and Archie Concepcion. All of those players did not play the entire first quarter. But now they're together with J-Mo Eguilos. as they hold on to this 2-point lead, 28-26.
And because these guys have actually come off the bench for the Giant Lanterns, we might see a huge uptick in terms of bench scoring para dito sa Giant Lanterns. Oh boy, what an undergo stab.
Nakatakas si Raymart Escobedo.
Raymar's having a lot of fun right now. Making a three, getting that fake, and a finish the other way.
Larry Muyang sa poste, laban kay Bon Leon. Tried to get that block, but also caught the arm of Larry Muyang.
Yeah, and Bon Leon really did everything right there to stop Larry Muyang from getting to the middle of the lane. He kept bumping against him until, of course, pagdating sa poste, one of the best when it comes to that spot, itong si Larry Muyang immediately goes to that drop step and having that reach and height advantage over Bon Leon, got clipped.
Dinuwa unang free throw ni Larry Muyang. Averaging a double-double this season. Also named an all-star. Short on the second row. So tabla pa rin tayo, 28 all. Escobedo will not force it. Gives it up to Bon Leon. Thought about that three. Behind the back against Egilos. Blew out a tire and it results into a turnover.
Not a good shot at all.
And also not much resistance on the defensive side. Galing sa Davao Occidental as J-Mo Egilos moves in and scores.
And every time you put J-Mo Egilos with another big man on the floor, he's just got more of that freedom, not just to concentrate on rebounding, but running the break. And you see here that good finish right down the middle.
Fast Break the Game brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere. Pampanga with a 2-point lead. Timeout, Davao Occidental. Gixer, fan of the game, born for greatness. Happy to have you with us here on a Friday night. Dito po sa Kamalig, sa Orion Sports Complex in Bataan.
Oh, there you go. That's Larry Muyang's son. Yeah. Right there. I always love when we get a honey shot off. You got to get the kid's name.
Parang wala naman nag-udyok sa kanyang gawin yun.
Oo nga.
Di ba?
Ano talaga, sanay sa camera.
Ganyan siguro cute si Riley nung bata, no?
Hindi, pero iba yung lobo niya.
Ay, ganun ba?
Oo. Cute no?
Concepcion, umikot. Pero napunta kay Armen yun. Who puts in that jumper.
I remember we talked about the importance of point guards in the playoff teams. Andre Arminion got to be one of those guys. This time for the Giant Lanterns. Salubre again.
32-30, Pampanga. 2 points ang kanilang lamang.
Poste.
J-Mo Egilos pivots away from the defense and cashes in from mid-range.
9 points on 4 of 7 shooting for J-Mo Egilos. And since Larry Muyang has come in, naging mas magaan yung trabaho ni J-Mo Egilos. Sanay makipaglaro ng katabi si Balti Baltasar sa ilalim. Ngayon naman, ang kasama niya, si Larry Muyang.
34-30. Pampanga ahead by 4 points. Larry Muyang catches. Gives it up to John Lloyd Clemente.
Too tight.
Can't escape the defense of Arboleda. Now he finds Larry Muyang in stride for 2 more points.
Everything in there done perfectly. Larry Muyang got that ball on the wing, tried to find Egilos. Wala yung seal niya. They went that corner side, 2-man action. Good feed by JLC over to Larry Muyang.
Bumagsak si Archie Concepcion. Jeff Comia knocks down his second free.
Boy, Jeff Comia is shooting the lights out from 3.
Yeah,
2 out of 3.
I'm telling you, he has improved his range. So does Andre Armenion, who answers right back with a triple of his own.
Clearly, Andre Armenion, one of the guys that you gotta look up to on a point guard situation for the Giant Lanterns.
Jeff Comia again!
Man. Third make on 4 attempts. How good is that for Jeff?
Making them pay as Pampanga has repeatedly dared him to shoot that basketball from the outside. Bonleon ang susubok. Pasok yan!
And all these made threes are actually forcing the defense of the Giant Lanterns to really close out long.
Kasabihin ko sana, napatayo ka dahil sunod-sunod yung tres.
Actually, yun nga yun eh.
Na pinakawalan itong Davao Occidental. Tabla na naman tayo, 39 apiece.
Tatlong diretsong tres para sa Davao.
Clemente, sumagot din. It's been a barrage of threes from Davao Occidental and Pampanga.
Now, very rarely would you see a game where teams exchange threes with that much efficiency. So this is a special moment here. When you talk about Davao and the Giant Lanterns, really breaking down the defense, finding the open three-point shot maker, and the shooter making it.
5 out of 9, Davao Occidental, 4 out of 7 ng Pampanga. These two teams are in the bottom 10 in terms of three-point makes.
Agree. And see right there that good catch. Larry was not gonna close out long. He feels that, you know, he really was challenging that shot by Bon Leon. Pero ito, JLC, walang kaduda-duda. Range niya yan.
Baseline inbound for Davao Occidental. The lob inside, boy, Jeff Comia. 2 more points. He has had himself a massive second quarter.
That's 15 already for Jeff.
Lead down to 1.
Nice fake.
Egilos from 18 feet.
Boy, that shooting percentage has definitely improved here in the second quarter.
44-41.
And what you like is there is very little multiple dribbles, a lot of ball and man movement right here, middle of the floor. We'll see.
Terso. And that pass bouncing off Larry Muyang's foot to result into a kickball. Fresh 14 sa shot clock ng Davao Occidental. Pumasok na ang kumpare ng lahat, Pari Liagas.
Oo nga.
Tumungong sa akin kanina eh. Tinesting ko eh, kung pare ka pa talaga na lahat. Yun nga eh. Binati naman ako yan.
Pare nga naman, no?
Oh. 44-41.
Ball swing.
Approaching 4
Take
minutes left. And he indeed takes that shot. No good. Larry Muyang, muntik pang pumasok. At yun ang kailangan solusyonan ng Davao Occidental. Those multiple second chance opportunities. Already na 9th offensive rebound from the Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
And all because the Giant Lanterns have actually made 4 3-pointers and they made more than half of their shots. Kaya naman, you know, nakafocus ang mga perimeter scorers itong depensa ng Davao.
Itong free throw na ito, atin sa atin Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
There you go again. Larry Muyang Jr.
Sobrang puti eh, no?
Oo nga. Sana all.
Sa palagay ko, hindi naman nag-ano yan. Nagluta yan.
Oo,
Parang natural na natural eh.
Baka naman sa mom.
Oo.
Kasi obviously si Laris kayo manggi, di ba?
Moreno eh.
Yeah, Moreno siya. Parang si Herman.
Ay, nako coach.
Let's move on.
Sa bagay, sinimulan kita ng Tito jokes eh.
Oo nga eh.
Baka yung courtside reporter natin mawindang sa mga pinagsasabi natin dito, Coach Mike.
A bad decision there by Andre Armenion. Well, he was actually trying to draw that defense, pero hindi fully committed sa kanya. It was halfway. And he thought he had positional advantage with a bigger guy underneath.
I mean, this game has been pretty competitive so far. Not much separating these two squads.
Agree. And the shooting is what's impressed you most.
Up. Jeff Comia, RJ Concepcion, may sagutan.
Both competitive wingmen.
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff Comey is not gonna back down on anybody, including ito ring si Archie Concepcion. See this action right here. That was the fake three. You look at Jeff. Ooh. Medyo talagang hatakan at bungguan. And immediately, our officials get in the middle of it.
You know what's at stake here? Well, Davao Occidental, they have yet to miss, or actually they've made the playoffs each and every time they've participated here in the MPBL. While Pampanga gunning for their 5th straight appearance in the playoffs. At masuring pinag-aaralan ng ating mga game officials yung nangyari doon, no? Between Comia and Concepcion. Pampanga still ahead 46-41. How do you like the pace of the game so far, Coach? Pero before that, sorry dahil lumapit na si Maynard kay Richard Campos. At i-announce na nila yung official verdict dito.
Upon review, it was an unsportsmanlike foul on number 2, Archie Concepcion, for excessive hard contact.
So si Archie lang natawagan
Oh yeah. I thought Jeff Comey was on it as well.
Walang tawag against
walang
Jeff.
tawag kay Jeff. Yeah, that's the thing that surprised me. I was actually expecting that both these players would actually be meted and sportsmanlike.
Oo, magka-cancel out lang. Pero hindi, si Archie lang.
Oh. So, the Giant Lanterns getting the shorter end of that stick.
Comia though fails to convert on the first free throw. And going back, Mike, sa pinag-uusapan natin, how do you like the pace of the game so far?
Well, I like it, especially with the way that they've been shooting the ball from the outside. We've seen a total of 27 assists altogether, and it really just tells you this is not an isolation one-on-one kind of game. It's guys creating and drawing secondary defenders and leaving enough for the shooters to score. Ang malaking separator dito, alam mo, bench points na pinag-usapan natin kanina. Plus 20 na yan para dito sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
Wawe Scotia, wild shot. Parillagas there for the stick back.
Parillagas going to work. And that pretty much is his domain. Nice play.
Give and go. Muyang Faundo back to Muyang for 2 points. Quickly on the other side, Josh Tagala with a jumper.
And Larry Muyang, I like that he stayed active. He gave that ball with the intent to do a give and go. This time he goes his own way.
Nermal sizing up Joseph Terso. That ball bouncing out on that shot. Reversal of roles this time. Ooh. Faundo is visibly upset.
I thought I saw Wowie with a little contact that might be unsportsmanlike as well. I thought that was an elbow. And then Faundo just reacted to it.
Things getting a little bit chippy here.
See underneath, that pass inside. He gets hit by Pari.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I thought that Faundo arm going on Escocia was really incidental because pababa siya. But that elbow of Wawi Escocia, I thought that was clearly directed at Faundo. So I expect that Wawi Escocia is gonna get maybe an unsportsmanlike. Faundo shouldn't get any.
let's see if we could have one more look at that, because it seemed, at least from that first replay, na yun nga, no, mayroong wind up dun sa kakatama ni Wawi Escocio doon sa
Correct.
buka ni GP Faundo.
Exactly. Because GP was falling down, di ba?
Oo.
And so kung wala doon si Wawi Escocio, diretso siya sa sahig. But it just so
Tinamaan
happened.
din kasi si Wawi.
Yes, agree. But I don't think that was the intent of Faundo, because he was pretty much focused on that tight pass and the tight finish underneath after that pass by Larry Muya. Ang mahalaga dito, kung ikaw si Wawi Escocio, gotta remember your value to your team. You've been the primary big man para dito sa Davao.
Lalo, 12 manlalaro lang kayo dito sa Davao Occidental.
Exactly. Not to take anything away from Pari Llagas, and even Bon Leon at certain points, and the ability of, let's say, Justin Alano to secure rebounds. It's just a different, facet of the game when you have a Wawi Escocio inside on the floor for the Davao Tigers. This game's been well played.
Foul, number 31, Pari Llagas is second. Upon review, it was an unsportsmanlike foul on number 6, Wawi Escocio, for excessive hard contact. Second foul on Wawi Escocio.
Okay.
There you go. Just like what we said. And clearly right here, that pass, that shot, he gets hit by Pari as he was going down. There you go.
Kasi
Mas may intent dun sa side ni Wawi.
nag-react siya doon sa pagkakatama sa kanya ni GP Faundo.
Yes. Well, Faundo got outbalanced because of yung malakas na tapik sa kanya
Ni
Pari
Pari
Llagas. Right. And so as he was going down, nandun naman si Wawi Escocio. I don't think he intended to, hit Wawi Escocio. But clearly Wawi turned his head. Turned his head, saw him, and stuck out that elbow.
Nag-apologize naman si GP Faundo. Escocio also acknowledging GP's apology. So at least cooler heads prevail.
Yan naman ang mahalaga sa mga ganyang pagkakataon.
High scoring affair so far between
Exactly.
these two teams.
Absolutely. Pampanga shooting almost making half of their shots, and Davao making 60% of their attempts. And the thing is, both these teams have actually made half of their three-point attempts.
3 of 4 from the line, GP Faundo, plus ball possession for Pampanga. Tres galing kay Archie Concepcion. At
I thought that was a foul.
nadagdagan na ang lamang ng Pampanga. It's up to 8. Floater by Jeff Comia. Gets it to go.
Yan ang delikado kay Jeff Comia. On a chase action, on a handoff, going middle of the floor, you're almost helpless against Jeff Comia.
John Nermal gets into the paint. Another foul drawn. That's the thing with Pampanga. Despite them not really being known as a good three-point shooting team, although here we saw Archie Concepcion drill one of those. At si Comia sumagot din naman. These two having a battle of sorts here in the second period as John Nermal knocks down the first free throw. Pero ang nakikita mo sa Pampanga, as they've done all season long, is they find ways to get to the free throw line.
Exactly. And that really is one of the reasons why they are tops when it comes to free throw makes. They make 18 out of the 27 that they are awarded. And a lot of that has to do with Larry Muyang being on the post, Archie Concepcion, as the threes continue right here for the Davao Tigers. Pari Llagas making a three.
GP Faundo pinilit that time. Tatakbo ang Davao Occidental. Josh Tagala with a good-looking stroke.
Well, a 5-point swing, a 5-point run rather, for the Davao Tigers after those exchange of baskets. This time Tagala made sure he didn't need to go inside the paint. Instead, pulled it up, making that defense of John Nermal come in late.
Boy, Coach Mike, Jeff Comia picking up from where he left off in that last game against Cebu. 11 of his 18 points coming here in the second period.
Ay, gaano kahalaga ba yan para kay Jeff Comia na he's had that good run in that game against the Cebu Grays. We talked about this earlier. He actually shot 70% from the perimeter, making 2 out of 3 from the three-point region. And right now, that pretty much has been parang yan ay mode ni Jeff Comia so far, stretching back from the last game.
Tatlo na lang ang lamang dito, 56-53. A minute and 30 left here in the second period. GP Faundo hands it off to John Nermal. Hinihingi ni Larry Muyang, pupukol sa tres. Short. Another offensive rebound by the Giant Lanterns, and it leads to more second chance points. And that time, courtesy of Larry Muyang.
I'm a firm believer that Larry Muyang, not just being a threat on the post, but a threat going downhill, especially on a little catch and shoot and catch and move situation. He's just too big and too strong to be able to, for anyone to stop him down the low block. See this again right here. There you go. It's tough.
Lalim na niya sa ilalim dun.
Oh, pero nagustuhan mo yung pagkakaposition niya. First, he went in, got that bump, saw that ball right on the top, and asked for it to be passed on to the wing. This was that little give and go, and he had to stay out of the way itong si CJ Delfino, leaving that entire space for Larry to operate on.
Mintis nga lang ulit yung kanyang free throw. That's the thing with Pampanga. They get to the line a lot, but sometimes they have trouble in terms of them being efficient at that charity stripe.
And mahalaga yan, Ken, dahil madalas natin pinag-uusapan to. Playoffs, free throws, nagmamatter yan eh. If you don't make your threes, you gotta make your frees.
59-53, 6-point lead for Pampanga. We have a Davao Occidental timeout. Remaining games of the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, September 24, kalaban nilang Bulacan Cuyas. And on the 30th, they will square off against the Muntinlupa Cagers. And we are in for a tight race to the finish, involving teams in the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th positions in the North. And we all know that number 7 means you still have to go to the play-in, at
That's
yan
right.
yung gustong iwasan ng Pampanga.
Ngayon nasa number 7 sila, di ba? And so I feel itong larong ito is a critical path for them to avoid the play-in. You have to win this one because your next 2 games would be against the relatively lower seeded teams in Bulacan and Muntinlupa. And if Pampanga gets a sweep of those entire 3 games, they should get a good shot at number 4. Because otherwise, if they don't, then katulad na mention mo, pwedeng pumasok sa play-in.
29.8 seconds remaining. Alan Beltran at the line. Man, badly missing the first free throw. Former University of the East Red Warrior.
Way off.
Oo, pareho ah.
Oo. Sobra sa kaliwa, no?
About a 4-second differential between shot and game clock. Larry Muyang and Archie Concepcion have played the entire second quarter so far.
Good anticipation by Archie Concepcion. I felt Archie knew that there was a backside to that attack by Escobedo. And so he tracked both the low pass and he was also waiting with the other hand for that high pass on what possibly could be a corner feed.
Josh Tagala had to adjust his shot.
He's got time.
CJ Delfino. Oh, he backs it in! How about that for the Tasmanian Devil, CJ Delfino?
And when you're given an opportunity to try and run down the clock, you definitely gotta do that. And CJ Delfino didn't waste any time. He knew and he had that space and that good loop for that made basket.
Just beyond the half-court line and able to kiss it off the glass and in para kay CJ Delfino.
Well, what a way to end the half.
Suki talaga si Andre Indicio sa mga ganito. Kaya itong Pampanga, lamang ng siyam kontra Davao Occidental at the half, 62-53.
Efficient is that for Diego.
Pero mintis, dalawang free throw ha. Oh, what a pass! Biggs Pascual setting up Kit Jimenez.
This has got to be one of the best games, if not the best game, that we've seen from Mix Pascual. Good decision making right there, but you got to catch up on the other end.
Defense once again. Ugsang at the post. Fading away. Oh my goodness, Reeve Ugsang. How about that?
If your key player is down, it's the role players that take over. Reebok San this time, after giving that pass earlier to Mark Meneses, decides I'm gonna take on this one, taking on three white shirts, fading away, knocking it down to the delight of the Cebu Grades bench.
Sazon. Yambing will slam it down. Was actually asking for the lob. This guy could really jump out of the building. Ito si Rinwil Yambing.
Nice little pocket pass delivered there by Ives Sazon. It's still a slam for Rin William Bing. One hand flush as he brought back yung kanyang cornrows for this game.
You don't want to see going as well. Tandaan natin. Oh, what a move!
Grabe yun. And Mac Talio able to score.
In and out with the left hand and that right hand finish, leaving the defense on the dust. Mac Talio at his best, breaking down primary defenders.
Napako na sa 64 points. Rodel Gravera will slam it down with two hands.
He pretty much deserves that moment, itong si Rodel Gravera. He's just been a guy that they pull off the bench and always gives positive results. He never runs out of effort. Well, it's a foot race with Mix Pascual, and Mix was not gonna challenge that. And Rodel Gravera, a very quiet, athletic guy.
At nauuna siya dito, Farito will slam it down with his left hand.
He is in a zone. Christian Pajarito has made this Voyagers team and this Cuneta Astrodome as his playground tonight, showing us everything that he can do on the floor. Left hand jam puts in that exclamation on the kind of game that Christian has played.
Missing the second. Davao, chance to win it. Escobedo inside the pass. Escocio scores! 0.7 seconds remaining. Val City calls timeout. What a play there by the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Well, they quickly ran the other way and trying to attack understanding the time that was left, that front end miss,
About a 4-second differential between shot and game clock.
that is enough time.
Roy Sumang attacks, pulling up. Money on a mid-range jumper.
They got time.
But still a 2-possession game. Hamon, a second remaining. And that's gonna do it. Zamboanga. How about Roy Sumang? Struggling all game long with his shot. Delivers the dagger for the Zamboanga Sikat.
The dagger against June Manso, no problem. Little step back, and that basket made just in time to give them the lead and eventually the game.
Basilan with 7 steals compared to 8 naman for Ilagan Isabela. Alex Cabagno drives baseline. Oh! Had that tough angle but had the wits in English to will that one through.
Oh boy, what an incredible shot make by the Crunchman. Santos was trying to keep in step with him all the way to the hoop. Took it to the other side with a much more difficult attempt. Was able to use that offhand to keep Santos from getting in front of him. But still, the magnitude of the difficulty of the shot.
He has post start para dito sa Sarangani.
Oh! One-handed throwdown right out of the gates from Simon Sandagon.
Simon Sandagon in his last 2-3 games has really sent out a statement that he is laser focused to try and bring a title for the Quezon Huskers this season.
That came out of nowhere. Simon Sandagon announcing his entry. Our halftime score is 53 for the Davao Occidental Tigers and 62 for the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And Coach Mike, this game has featured 9 lead changes and 7 ties. And biggest lead was just at 9 points by Pampanga, which is what they're enjoying right now after the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, and both teams actually have, the big run of 7 points each. One thing that you clearly see, ang ganda ng shooting percentage, 61 and 48%. But when you look at the threes, both these teams actually average Pampanga 5 and Davao 7 3-point makes per game. But right now, they're pretty close to that average. Kalahati pa lang ng nilalaro natin. At yung pagpasok sa second quarter pa lang ng mga regular starters, Larry Muyang, J-Mo Egulos, Archie Concepcion, Andre Armenion have really shored up bench scoring para sa Pampanga, 47 versus 19. And the fast breaks really is where a lot of the scoring has come from the Davao Tigers, catching that transition defense late for the Giant Lanterns and making the most out of it. The Davao Tigers did.
And that exclamation point to finish off the second quarter para ay CJ Delfino. But Jeff Comia with a scintillating performance in the first half. 18 points, 11 of those coming in the second quarter. And he is leading the charge para sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Pampanga, mas balanse ng bahagya yung kanilang scoring. J-Mo Egulos with 11 points. Larry Muyang played the entire second quarter, had 9 for the Giant Lanterns and 5 points apiece from Andre Armenion and GP Faundo. And both teams just combining for 7 turnovers and shooting lights out from beyond the arc, and that's why we have a high-scoring ball game as we enter the third period.
At saka yung second chance scoring, ang laking bagay rin na naibigay nun para sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Halos 13 puntos ang advantage nila over the Davao Tigers. But Davao really didn't need those second chance opportunities because they've been pretty efficient shooting in those field goal attempts.
Arboleda, high arcing three does not work. Raymond Binuya with a rebound. Joined by Allen Mina, Renz Palma, Chris Lalata, and J-Mo Egulos. Palma's pass stolen away by Justin Alano.
You gotta credit the defense of Justin Alano right there, understanding his roll tag. He understood that once J-Mo rolls, I gotta be the tag man to at least ma-check si J-Mo on that short roll.
Chris Lalata, a lot of contact there. No whistle. Allen Mina whips a pass to Palma. They go to the post. Egulos, turnaround jumper over Wawi Escocio. It will roll out. Arboleda snags down another board.
Twice already, in my opinion, Justin Alano has done an excellent job of staying inside that paint, offering help on that post-up by J-Mo Egulos. J-Mo could not get inside kasi nando si Justin Alano, so had to spin away on a lesser percentage shot. Ito mismatch sa baba.
Palma puts it on the deck. Allen Mina lines it up. Too strong. Chris Lalata absorbs contact but makes the shot anyway, plus a foul.
Right place, right time for Chris Lalata. He pretty much was waiting for that ball to hit the rim pero hindi na niya kinakailangan antayin yun. Napunta na diretso sa kamay niya yung sobrang tira ni Allen Mina and the presence of mind not to put the ball on the floor and just take that shot.
Lalata's free throw is good. Biggest lead of the ball game so far for Pampanga at 12 points. Justin Alano with Joseph Terzo, Harold Arboleda, Wawi Escocio, and Jeff Comia. Jancher Salubre about to check in at the next whistle. Escocio. Now it's with Joseph Terzo, and Wawi Escocio not ready for the pass. Thought Terzo was gonna go for that three-point shot.
Well, they initially they tried to set up that two-man action on the weak side of the floor, but then they reversed it, looking for that little stagger action, a little tight curl, and left it over for Terzo. Pero yung two-man game nga, medyo late yung pagkakapihit para masalo yung pasa na yun ni Wawi Escocio.
J-Mo Egulos, one-hander, short. Arboleda with a running start. Harold passes it to Wawi Escocio, short stab, no good. Tapik ni Arboleda, unable to save it though. It will go to Pampanga.
Harold Arboleda, every time downhill, would look to create situations para sa teammate niya. Kanina habang dumadrive siya, sinusubukan niyang kuhanin yung depensa ni J-Mo Egulos and left it over for Wawi Escocio, which he missed. Thought he had a shot. Good move.
Nice crossover towards the pull-up from Raymond Binuya.
Got rid of the defense, trailing him. got inside the paint, just enough of a space and separation for that medium range jumper.
8-0 run by the Pampanga Giant Lanterns as they open up a 14-point lead. Escosio. Laban sa depensa ni J-Moy Gilos. Supalpal, inabot niya doon. Allen Mina off the bounce. And he will head to the line for 2 free throws after getting fouled.
Well, that's the only way you're gonna stop Allen Mina, going that left side of the floor. Ito yun, naiwan si Terzo. Little pull-up right there. Try to go cross, then coming back.
Hickser, great move of the game, born for greatness. Allen Mina, former Letran Knight and NU Bullpup, has not really found his footing yet para dito sa Pampanga. Ever since scoring in double figures in his first couple of games, nag-nosedive yung kanyang shooting from the field, and that's something that he's trying to rectify as he tries to carve out a role para dito sa Pampanga.
And their last game was no exception for Allen Mina. He played only 8 minutes, shot 1 of 3 from the field. And katulad nga sabi mo, scoring, halos expected na yan kay Allen Mina.
Arboleda, bagyang libre. Mintis yung kanyang tres. Allen Mina, nice feed to a streaking Chris Lalata for 2 more points.
That is what you admire with Chris Lalata. He's gonna battle it out underneath, pero sa takbo, di ka na iiwan yan.
Fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split-side air conditioners.
Really just faster at running the open lanes. And Allen Mina, the easiest part was to find Chris for that finish.
Fan of the game is brought to you by LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Ano, Coach?
I still say we gotta find out. Anong pangalan ng anak ni Larry Muyang?
Malaman natin yan mamaya, huwag kang mag-alala.
Oo.
Yan ang ating order of business today, ha?
Yes, yes.
Yung kupunan nila, 8-0 run to begin the third quarter. And they have opened up a 17-point lead, 70-53.
Really just a slowdown in terms of scoring for Davao.
Escobedo finally stops the bleeding after more than 4 minutes as he hits it free from the right corner. Renz Palma.
Dalawa kasing Renz no?
Kaya nga eh. Renz Palma with a floater. 72-56.
Gotta take it, that's right.
Air ball this time.
I say he gotta take it because Vinuya's defense went under.
Allen Mina had to adjust in mid-air but still managed to score.
Alam mo, hindi aabot yung tire, no? I thought he wanted to pass it off to J-Mo, pero stuck with it and able to finish with that left.
Pababa na siya nung na-release niya yung bola dun eh.
Yes.
Hirap dun, ha?
Jeff Comey slowed down a little bit here. This is that drive by Allen Mina. We thought all along that he wanted to give it up for J-Mo, pero since nag-rotate yung defense, Wawi got on him and another one tagged J-Mo the other side, siya na tumira.
Jeff Comey gets his first free throw to go. 19 points. Isa rin siya na kinailangan i-shoulder yung scoring responsibilities sa pagkakawala ni Keith Agovida, no?
Yes, agree. At saka very capable, no? Para dun sa scoring part na yon. No doubt about it. Jeff Comia can get on spots on the floor when he can actually score.
Ball stolen away by Harold Arboleda. Attempting a fast break, Comia. And a foul. First foul whistled in this quarter laban sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
Yan ang masasabi mo lang kay Jeff Comia. Nakuha yung bola sa kabila. Tinakbo yung bola papunta sa front nila. As he was trying to navigate, binunggo na pero naka-recover pa rin.
Yan talaga si Renz Alcoriza.
Yan talaga si Renz Alcoriza.
Si Wawi, labas muna, no? Wawi Scotia.
They're gonna need him on the fourth quarter. So, crucial ito ang pahinga na to para kay Wawi.
74-58. 16-point lead for Pampanga. Jeff Comia was aiming to split the defense, kick ball.
That's a good call. And that's how good he is on a two-man game. That space was pretty tight, but still he was able to, see that space to try and split that two-man action. Nasipa lang talaga eh. Pero kung hindi nasipa yun, lusot na siya eh. There are really just different players who see the play even before it happens. And Jeff Comia is definitely one of those special guys. Oh, wow.
Escobedo bounce pass. They swing it to the baseline. Back to the outside to Harold Arboleda, who draws closer. Good attempt, but just off the mark.
Good ball movement, but no basket.
Ganda! Chris Lalata, dire-diretso for two.
The rotation there got lost. Arboleda was pretty much busy on one side of the floor trying to help out ball side, pero nakaalis na si Chris Lalata.
Binangga ni Renz Palma, si Jeff Comia.
I think yung reach, sinubukan niya kasing habulin. Eto na yun. Alcoriza advanced that ball. Off ball that dive from the slot area by Chris Lalata.
Renz to Chris. 8 and 5 from Chris Lalata. Marami dito sa Pampanga. Mga nanggaling sa PBA. Had to stint at least a conference there. Then went back here. Guys like Chris Lalata, John Nermal. And certainly those experiences they had, they're trying to build it around here with Pampanga as they chase for another championship. Speaking of which, si Nermal at si Harold Arboleda, agad namang nagkamayan, no? Nagkakiskisan lang ng bagya.
It's just, see Harold Arboleda is one of those guys that really plays a lot of mind games. Foul na yung kanina, hindi niya kailangan tapikin, pero really just trying to send a message off to John Nermal. Lalo na scoring position na siya.
John Nermal hops into the lane. 2 more free throws coming up for John Nermal. Meanwhile, let's get a report from Miss Andrea Indicio on Davao.
Hindi nagkukulang ng pagpapaalala si Coach Arvin to his players to step up their game, especially in the heat of the race to the play-in. He expects Escobedo, who didn't score in the previous game, na bumawi today, to which he obviously did. Along with that, recognizing the size difference of the Lanterns sa kanilang koponan, during the huddle, the coaches reminded the boys to work harder on rebounding, although andun daw yung struggle of being undermanned. But at the end of the day, sabi nga ni Coach Arvin, this will reveal if they really want to. Every game is a test of heart. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. And yun nga nagsimula sa Cebu. Even all the way against Val City, they had that close win against the Magic. Remember that game winner by Wawi Escocio.
Yes.
And, they may be undermanned, but there's an opportunity for them to show their character and poise. At isa pa, yung pride nila, na Davao Occidental, laging playoffs yan. Nag-champion pa yan, season 3. They don't want to break that streak of them making the playoffs each and every time they're here in the MPBL.
And Davao is actually no stranger when it comes to close game situations. Matter of fact, they've had close wins against Parañaque, Pasig, Binyan, Marikina, and Rizal. See this drive right here. Escobedo.
Exquisite move from the former San Sebastian Golden Stag. He now has 14 points. But his team lagging behind, trailing by 16 points, 78-62.
So out of the 9 games determined by 5 points or less, 7 of them the Davao Tigers actually won. And the only losses in that situation would be Caloocan, where they lost by 3, and then Batangas, where they lost by 4. And so, battle-tested ba pagdating sa close game? I'd like to say yes.
At kung matatandaan mo, Coach Mike, may mga panalo yan, ha? Pareho pang nag-overtime against Binyan and Rizal.
Yes.
So they've shown that they are capable of beating some of the top teams in the South Division. It's just a matter of them just putting it together. And they're currently in a logjam with Imus, Sarangani, Muntinlupa, and Cebu for those 2 remaining spots in the play-in. Kasi yung top 6, well, di pa sigurado, pero 8 teams are vying for those 6 outright entries into the playoffs in the South.
There you go.
Oy, sa ilalim. At may foul na nabingwit laban kay Justin Alano.
Medyo matagal din bago nagkaroon ng minutos ulit si Sonny Estil, ha?
Oo.
In quite a while.
Siya nag-start pa dito eh. First quarter pa lang.
Tama.
Itong free throw na ito, natin ng Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas.
Well, Sonny Estil's has played parang, this is just his 10th game when he started once for them. Yung scoring hindi masyado ganun ka-glaring, pero yung activity niya kasi sa loob ng floor ay nakaka-influence ng looks and reads para sa kanila at para sa pati sa kalaban nila.
17-point lead for Pampanga. We have a timeout. Tig 12 points itong dalawang manlalaro na ito, Coach Mike, no? Jaymoy Gilos, John Lermal, Larry Muyang, all had past experiences in the PBA and combining for 36 points, those 3 guys.
At saka alam mo naman talaga yung maibibit-bit niya para sa Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And the thing really is for them to patuloy na maging consistent para sa kanilang team.
Yeah. Actually, 2 of those 3, I should say.
Right. John Nermal even came close to a triple-double where he had 9 rebounds and 9 assists to go with that 12 points. And so if he's not scoring, he's helping out in other ways.
80-65, 15-point lead for Pampanga. GP Paundo sa poste. Hindi matakasan yung depensa ni Justin Alano. Sonny is still again. But he was caught stepping out of bounds. Bola babalik sa Davao Occidental.
He jumped out of nowhere. Biglang nakita mo na lang siya, he was battling for that offensive rebound. Unfortunately, it's a turnover. Oh, that's a push.
Yeah.
That's a push. No way, John Fa. Pretended he got pushed. He was actually trying to influence that sideline. Pero may tulak talaga.
Maging si Raymart, alam niya eh. Because medyo hindi niya nagustuhan na nagmamadali, no, si Justin Alano in
Correct.
issuing that screen.
Kasi siniset pa lang niya yung yung sarili niya eh.
Oo.
Masyado maaga yung screen.
Johnny still
man.
stretches inside. Gets it to go with his left hand plus a foul.
That's a tough thing. Quick decision making, coupled with a lot of athleticism. Little up screen right there, then that short roll, ending up with that left hand finish for Sonny. And if you keep him that close, and if he uses his athletic ability, talagang advantage para kay Sonny. Ako, that's what really stood out the first time I saw him play for the Giant Lanterns. I do recall that game was in the Brenzi Giao, where he played latter minutes in that game, pero might have scored just a few, pero ramdam mo may impact sa loob ng floor.
83-65. 18 puntos ang lamang ng Pampanga as we wind down the third quarter. Jeff Comia attacks the paint. John Nermal able to alter that shot. Escobedo open free. No! Alcoriza with a board.
Halfway in.
Still off the bounce. Will flip it up and draw another foul. It's gonna go against Harold Arboleda. That's his fourth personal foul.
Yan madalas ang challenge kay Harold. He gets into a lot of foul situations. Why? Because he loves to help out defensively and chase 50-50 balls. And really for the most part, may natatamaan, may nafa-foul.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Also a former Letran Knight, Sonny Estil. Coach Mike, sabi ko sa'yo, malalaman ko na eh anong pangalan ng anak ni Kuya Lars eh.
Ano?
Theo!
Theo.
Yes.
That's a nice name.
Maraming salamat kay Maris Victorio, the better half of Allen Mina.
Ayun.
Yung tinutulungan yan eh. Mga
Yan.
tidbits ng mga either kay Allen or sa mga teammates niya dito sa Pampanga.
Yeah. That's called interactive engagements with our viewers. I love it.
84-68. John Nermal inside the arc, 2 points. How about Pampanga? Patapos ng third quarter, managing to have 86 points as Joseph Terzo knocks down the three. That's gonna do it here in the third quarter. Davao Occidental, maganda yung pinakita in the first half, but this third quarter, something that they should think about as you check out the highlights of the game brought to you by Ciplus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
And while the Davao Tigers had a difficult time puncturing the hoop for almost the entire midway of the third quarter until they finally made a basket, the Giant Lanterns were busy defending and making shot attempts, and the deficiencies continue. Para dito sa Giant Lanterns, different guys taking over in the latter part. It was Sonny Estil, teammates finding him, and so right now this is an 86-point quarter with Pampanga over a lead against Davao.
Pampanga handily beating Parañaque 135-78. Man, just dominating Boards more than doubling itong Parañaque as a result winning this one convincingly. And points in the paint, nakita nyo, 94. And for more, let's go to Andrea.
Coach Pedic Di Matulak shared to me how his players has been doing good pero naniniwala siya that they could do better. Kagaya nga ng nabanggit ko kanina, he's been trying to bring out that back-to-back champions energy. Even if some players from the previous season are no longer with the Giant Lantern, sabi nga sa akin ni Larry Muyang, mahirap kayang palitan ng isang Balti Baltazar, but at the end of the day, he is not following someone else's footsteps. But of course, he wants to build a name of his own. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Yun naman simula pa lang. Laging malinaw na sa kanya yun, as we see the quarter scoring here. Very tight first quarter. Bagyang lumayo yung Pampanga with a 38-point second quarter. And then adding on in the third, Kuya Lars.
That's Kuya Lars, who's the dad of Theo, who I think we'll see later. Pero to your point, si Coach Pedic has done all the best that he could to try and tama naman yun. Ang hirap naman palitan ng Balti Baltazar. Hindi ganun kadaling makakakuha. Kaya it's been a collective effort for the Pampanga Giant Lanterns, if you ask me. And I don't recall, as you see that good finish by J-Mo Egules. When you look at their games where they lost, I don't think they've lost huge double digits. The most deficit that they've lost is actually 14 points. In double digits only in 2 games. Against Zamboanga where they lost by 13. And then against Abra where they lost by 14. And that to me, without a Balti Baltazar, is already an achievement in itself.
Derecho until that last second dish, Renz Palma to J-Mo Eguilos.
Si Renz
Palma.
Tama.
Tama na.
Okay na. I got you.
Okay na.
17
puntos ang lamang, 88-71. Arboleda is joined by Joseph Terzo, Wawi Escocio, Jeff Comia, and Raymart Escobedo. Harold Mintes galing sa 3. Palma nakuha yung rebound. Siya na rin magbababa dito.
Layo.
Allen Mina. Pinasalo ng maigi yung pasa doon.
A miscom between Allen and Renz because Renz was thinking deep in the corner. Samantalang ito naman si Allen, parang more comfortable lifted a little bit than that deep corner side. Kasi kanina twice tumira siya doon, nahirapan siyang makabasket.
Comia now against Chris Lalata.
Oh!
The crossover, eluding the defense of Chris, but met by a plethora of defenders. Now it's Escocio, multiple pump fakes, and sent back to the friend zone by Chris Lalata, and it leads to a fast break layup by Renz Palma.
Forget it. Renz Palma, that side of the floor. Medyo nadulas pa yun bago siya mag-elevate. I thought he could have gone a little bit higher, pero nadulas on that takeoff. Good thing is, basket pa rin para kay Renz.
90-71. 19-point lead. Joseph Terzo missing the jumper from the outside. Andre Armenion. Renz Palma free for a free. No good. Outlet by Arboleda to Escobedo. Nice shuffle. And the points coming from Raymart Escobedo.
Literally froze that defense of Renz Palma. He didn't know where that ball was going, left or right. But Raymart says, "Nah, we're going middle."
Palma finding Eguilos short. Palma gets it back, too strong on that putback attempt. Escobedo balik kay Joseph Terzo. Pulls the trigger. No. Rebound Pampanga. Under 7 minutes left. Ahead by 17 points. Andre Armenion gets to his spot. Left it short. Chris Lalata, wala. Nasa kanya pa rin. Nalunod siya doon sa ilalim.
Sobrang lalim.
4-on-4. Jeff Comia lost it. Regilos. Muntik ng maagaw, but
Ooh.
Palma is free. 2 points plus a foul away from the basketball. As Arboleda and Chris Lalata get entangled once again.
Arboleda's done. That's number 5.
Mabigat for Davao Occidental. Now down to 11 players.
I see that drive right there. Ganda ng pagkakatawag dyan, Gortat screen nito ni Chris Lalata, and he got pulled down by Harold Arboleda. Not a good foul at all by Harold. He could have just given it up and then run the other way.
Fouling out, 2 points, 5 rebounds. Parilyagas will replace Wawi Escocio. At mo si Jancher Salubre, papalit kay Harold Arboleda. So a small lineup for the Tigers as they try to change the complexion of this ball game. 92-73. Allen Mina is free for a free, no good. Bola tinapon ng Davao after grabbing the rebound. Under 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Pampanga seeking their 19th win as they want to tie up Pasay in the team standings. Renz Palma with another layup.
Renz has been very active here in the fourth quarter. He's got 11 in the game. Lalo na dito sa fourth quarter, talagang sumabao ito si Renz Palma.
When you consider, Coach Mike, Caloocan just lost yesterday against Ilagan Isabela. That's why they are tied with Pampanga and Pangasinan at 18-8. Tomorrow, Pasay and Pangasinan will play against different opponents. Pasay versus Imos. Pangasinan has a much tougher assignment in Rizal, although they will play at home tomorrow on Rosales as Renz Alcoriza scores. So again, yung kahigpitan dun sa karera para sa 4, 5, and 6 in the North, at ayaw mo mapabilang na ikaw yung kaisa-isang team na kailangan pang dumaan sa play-in.
Correct. I say it really just complicates things when you get in the play-in. I say you wanna get to the path of least resistance. Good alley-oop to Chris Lalata.
98-73. And when you look at how Ilagan Isabela fared against those teams we've mentioned, Pampanga, Pangasinan, Caloocan, and Pasay, well, they beat Caloocan. They lost to the other 3. But all of those games were pretty much competitive.
Very true. And I feel Ilagan, much as their struggles of late, they're a dangerous team to meet in the playoffs. And the reason that I say that is they've gone up really good against the other big teams, and that team, in my opinion, similar to Bacolod, who's gonna see action later on, walang give up yung mga yun . Kahit na you see games where hindi masyadong pumupunto si Art de la Cruz, and the games na wala si Art de la Cruz, but other guys step up and the intensity doesn't change.
I mean, they lost to Pasay by 4. That was only their second game. And then they lost to Pangasinan by 2. And then losing out to Pampanga just by 5. So yung average losing margin, napakaliit among those 3 teams. And then, kamakailan lang, tinalo nga nila yung Caloocan by 13. And they did it on the home floor of Caloocan.
Exactly. And katulad nga ng sinasabi natin, those guys never get counted out in games.
Although, again, just going back And shifting our focus once again dito sa Pampanga. They have winnable games after this one. Bulacan, although they go up against Muntinlupa, who is also desperate to not only snap their losing skid, which is the second worst in the league right now, but also, despite all those, they're still pretty much in the picture na maka-advance pa rin towards the play-in.
Correct. At saka, importante talaga dito, ma-avoid mo yung play-in for the Giant Lanterns, and so they want to secure this. Meantime, ito namang Davao really just knocking on that door in the hope that they get entry into the play-in.
98-75. 23-point lead. While Davao, well, unless they make some sort of comeback here, even if they go on and drop this ball game, they still have 3 games remaining. They're tied with Cebu and Muntinlupa and Sarangani in terms of wins.
Yeah, it's 10 and 16 right now. Oh, sorry. Yeah, 10 and 15. If they lose this, they'll be on 10 and 16. So they should tie with Muntinlupa. Yeah. And
Cebu
then-
kasi 10 and 18 na eh.
Oh yeah, that's
So,
right.
actually, Cebu and Sarangani, the best finish that they could have is at 11 wins. So, at least yung Davao sa Muntinlupa, they still have 3 more chances to... Actually, 2 more chances
Yes.
for Muntinlupa. Davao has 3
Yeah.
more.
Kasi the hope is, if yung mga teams na minention mo that's batting up for the last slot, the hope is to get to at least win number 10, and yung mga ahead sa kanila is, you know, they lose their remaining games.
Salupres pass to Bonleon for 2. Davao still behind though by a considerable margin. We have a timeout by Pampanga. Robert Escobedo, 21 points. Siya yung mostly nag-carry ng fight para sa Davao in this second half because Jeff Comia, after scoring 18 points, medyo nanlamig na ang kanyang opensa here in the second half.
Yeah, kasi naka 2 points na lang si Jeff Comia. He's got 20 right now, but he did have 4 rebounds, a couple of assists to go with his scoring. And that's the thing about you take over the first half, understanding that the games are decided in the second half, and so that's where, you know, most of your efforts to try and win games should be. Or if you started strong, then you really just have to sustain it on the second half. Archie and JLC getting their much needed rest. At saka at this point, if you can get, you know, your key players a good rest, you would, especially you because you really would want everyone to be healthy come the playoffs.
Actually, si Archie saka si Larry Muyang hindi na naglaro nitong second half eh.
Yes,
They only played the entire second quarter. That was it.
that's right.
Muyang had 9 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, while Archie Concepcion had 5 points in that entire second period.
Yeah, but yung laro nila yon was enough to get
Separation.
separation, lalo na dun sa bench scoring. 47 versus 19 yung bench scoring that time. And talagang napakalaking tulong naman yon. It helped, you know, get that good rhythm and that flow. And I felt that heave of that 3 to end the first half by CJ Delfino really helped the Giant Lanterns gain a good momentum heading into the second quarter.
At yun naman yung gusto mo, kung ikaw yung Pampanga, no, na ito, mukhang may goaltend laban sa Davao Occidental na Coach Mike. Di ba?
Yes.
Yung top 2 scorers mo, hindi masyado naglaro. Pero yung iba, pinakita na they could still handle their business against Davao Occidental as we have a timeout here. We're in a minute and 39 left. Pampanga looks like they will cruise to their 19th victory, while Davao looks like will drop their assignment here. And we'll be back after the short break. These are the remaining games of the Davao Occidental Tigers, September 23 versus Manila Batang Quiapo, September 25 against the Abra Solid North Weavers, and on the 29th, they will square off against the Quezon City Galleries Taipan.
And so considering yung remaining na ano nila na yun, na assignments and where they are at right now, which is this is an impending loss, so they should end up with 10 and 16 at best. If they win over Manila and Quezon City, they'll get to 12 and 16. And the question though is that will that be enough for them to land in the play-in?
181. Chancer Salubre. Little bit too late though.
Yes. Alam mo itong Giant Lanterns, much as this is a really good win for them, talagang nakikita mo na kahit na wala at hindi masyado nakapaglaro ng quarter ang kanilang mga key starters. Oh, what a finish by CJ Delfino.
Oh.
I was gonna say, you know, the other guys really stepped up for them.
Oh, kapilang na dyan, si CJ Delfino. Alam mo, pre-game ni Andrea kanina, baka may kakaiba na naman mangyari. Eh, nangyari na nga.
Oo.
Oh. Yung half-court shot kanina ni CJ Delfino. Chancer Salubre. That will roll out. He try to get it back. Wala pa din. Now, for Davao, they still have that inside track for that play-in spot. They have Manila next, then Abra. While Muntinlupa, ang mga kalaban pa nila, Quezon at Pampanga.
Yes.
Cebu naman has Bacolod on their remaining schedule, while Sarangani, they still have Caloocan. While Imus, they'll play Pasay tomorrow, and then they'll go up against Quezon and Pangasinan to round out their campaign.
Correct. And so I felt that game against Rizal where Muntinlupa had a good chance to try and, you know, get that win over Rizal. And it puts them in a situation where they must win these remaining games, including that one with Abra, and hope that the other teams battling it out for the final play-in slot lose theirs.
That's the final horn for this game between two former champions. One defending their back-to-back titles and taking care of business against the Season 3 champions. Pampanga prevailing over Davao Occidental, and they managed to do that on a strong second half. Continued it on in the third. And this guy, talagang maaasahan palagi eh. Jamo Egilos, the veteran, playing in his second consecutive season for the Giant Lanterns, and did it while most of their key players playing just limited minutes here, Coach Mike.
Yeah, 13 points and a 6 of 14 shooting. Got 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and really the quality of the shot makes and the timing that he did that is really what helped create that separation, especially in the second quarter. And he continued in the third until this game went on the side of the Giant Lanterns.
Final score, 102-83 Pampanga winning over Davao Occidental. Let's go courtside to Andrea Indicio.
Maraming salamat, Ken. First of all, JMO, congratulations. In this game, nag-stick ulit kayo sa strength ng Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Obviously, kontrolado nyo yung inside scoring, yung rebounding, to which napakalaki nang nai-contribute mo doon.
Yun nga sinabi nila, coach, na kailangan namin i-improve as a team yung offense namin kasi minsan nagkanya-kanya. Kaya nung last game namin nakakaraan, medyo magulo yung team namin.
Speaking of pagkakanya-kanya, looking back at the first half, no, medyo matagal kayong nag-init. Bakit nga ba?
Kailangan lang namin stay focus lang kami sa game.
Alright, meron ka ba mga gustong batiin o pasalamatan? Go ahead.
Siyempre, unang-una nagpapasalamat ako sa Panginoon, sa mga teammates ko, kay Vice Gov, Dennis Delta Pineda, kay Boss EJ, sa wife ko, si Divine, si Ino, si Maika, si Boss Robert, kay Burakay Dilaya, Madam Layla, kay Boss June Mitra, Madam Manijera. Yun lang.
Maraming salamat once again. That was J-Mo Igilos, our best player of the game. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Congratulations to Pampanga as they improve to 19-8. Up next, a battle between the Bacolod Tubo Slashers and the One Bataan Risers. And stick around, we'll be right back for more action in the MPBL.